This is going to be one of the hardest videos I've ever had to do, and I hope I never have to do it again. As you know, Richard recently passed away, and I'd like to tell you how we met and what kind of person he is. So for those of you who've never had the opportunity to meet him, you kind of know who he is. Ones of you guys that did meet him, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. Would you guys believe this is probably my 11th take right now? I had a little script written out. I was going to follow it. I was like, this is not working. So I decided on this one I'm going to wing it like I always do. 5 years ago, Ken and I were talking about the first meetup at Caprock Canyon. He sent out an invite, and a couple people replied, such as Dennis and Richard. On the first day I met him, I thought he was full of it. He had so many stories. I couldn't believe them all. Until the second day. We decided he was getting ready to hike the AT, or at least hike part of it. And Dennis and Ken were headed off. They're going to do something on their own. So we kind of said, well, you know what, there's a 6-mile trail. Let's go do the 6-miler, which turned out to be a freaking 10-miler. And a lot of you that have hiked with us, you know exactly what we're talking about. Things get interesting. So that second day, we did 10 miles. It took the entire day to do 10 miles. And when you do that many miles with somebody, you guys talk and you get to know each other. And I found out he wasn't full of it. He had a lot of great stories, and he had a really interesting sense of humor. He would give me crap, and I would give him crap right back, and he just kind of continued on and on and on. So we left, and we got each other's phone numbers and email and all that such and such stuff, and we kept in contact. And he told me about his adventures. He would go do kayaking, he would do fly fishing, he would go to Canada, he would travel all over and just have a good time and enjoy the outdoors. And I've got a couple funny stories I want to tell. Kind of going out of order on this one, but on the last day before we left our meetup, I opened my pack up. It wasn't fitting quite right. I opened it up, and somehow he freaking snuck his trash into my backpack. I don't know how he did it. Okay, so we're going to jump ahead now. So a year goes by, we're getting ready to do the next meetup, and we talked to him and asked him, well, do you want to come down and join us? He said, well, I can't right now. He was either doing the AT trail, he was kayaking a river somewhere. I don't know, he was out doing something exciting. He said, maybe next year. I said, okay, that's awesome. So we keep in contact for a couple months, here and a couple months there. And I called him personally and said, hey, we're going to get ready to do the next meetup. Can you make it to it? And he says, you know what? I'm going to be in town. I bought this brand new van. It's a Dodge Springer, and I can't wait to get out and try it out. And, yeah, it's weird. It hasn't been windy all day, and the wind just came up. I guess he's right here with me. So we go to the meetup. First day, it was like we never left each other, that we hanging out all the time and giving each other stuff, crap, and he'd give me crap and messing around with me. So, got two funny stories to tell. First one is, Camp Bob, I do a lot of cooking for everybody. Everybody comes down and cooks. I must have fried up 2 pounds of bacon. Richard goes, hey, I got a great idea. And I go, yeah, what's that? He goes, I think Ken's got a video of this. He goes, you know what? I'm going to get my Cheerios and put that in your bacon grease, and I'm going to eat that later, and that's going to taste really good. And I said, I don't think so, Richard. He goes, oh, yeah, it's going to taste great. I said, all right, man, whatever you want to do. He puts it in there, stirs it up, gets it all ready, puts it in the Ziploc bag. That afternoon, we're going to do our overnight. He comes along with me. So we're hiking out on the trail. He says, man, I got the munchies. I said, oh, well, what about those Cheerios you soaked in that freaking bacon grease? And he says, oh, yeah. So he just starts munching on it. He ate half a bag. About an hour goes by, and he goes, oh, man, I shouldn't have done that. And I go, what's the matter? You sick? And he goes, yeah, it was too much bacon grease. So we got his stomach settled down. We set up camp that night. We had a good time. We told some stories. He told me what he's going to do with the Springer van. He's going to fix it up. go on the road and do some kayaking adventures and where he was going to hike. And said he had such a positive outlook and so many things he wanted to do. So next morning we hike out, getting ready to hike out. We're packing up camp, and I didn't see him around anywhere. I took all the trash I had, stuffed it in the bottom of his pack, put the stuff back in there. Didn't say a word to him. Get back to the campsite. Next day goes on. He goes to take off. I still didn't say a word because I was saving this up. And time goes by. We talk every couple of months, and then the last meetup was coming up, this year's spring meetup, and I haven't heard from him for, that was about 4 months, which is just odd because we talk every 3 months or more. He'd send me a message or a picture where he was, and I said, you know what, I'm going to call him, see what's going on. Weird, wind's coming up again. So I called him, and he goes, he's really excited about the meetup. He's going to bring his wife down there and his sister and let us all meet him. He says, but Bob, I've got some bad news I want to tell you. I go, sorry guys. I go, yeah, what's that? And he goes, well, I've got a little medical condition. It's going to slow me down a bit. And I said, well, Richard, I know how you are. You're just going to be fine, and you're going to pull through there, and it'll be great. He goes, yeah, I know. I'm still coming to the meetup. He goes, when is it? Where is it going to be at? And all that. And so a month goes by. I get a second call. Actually, I think Ken and I both got this call, and he says, guys, I'm not going to be able to make it to the meetup. I go, what's going on? He goes, well, I'm in the middle of my treatments right now, and they're sorry. They're going really well, and I'm going to knock this out because next year I want to hit the road and see the U.S. and Canada and maybe go to Mexico, which I told him was a bad idea, but you know him, he just wanted to do it anyway. And I said, okay, great, man. So we did the meetup, and I sent him some pictures, and another 2 months went by and haven't heard anything from him because I sent him some really good pictures. I called his phone, and he didn't answer. So I left him the usual message that I usually leave him, which is pretty hilarious, and I can't repeat. And I figured, he'll call me back. He was busy. That night, his wife called me, and she told me of his passing. Apparently, the medical condition beat him, which I really didn't think that was going to happen. And I asked, did he suffer? And he said no. He had a very positive outlook. He says, very, very happy. I mean, he couldn't talk much because of his weakened condition, but they brought him home because there was nothing left that they could actually do. And he sat on his couch, and his final days, he was staring out his window looking at that Springer van. And he passed quietly away one evening. And it was really sad, so me and the wife got to talk to him. Really good guy. Yeah, anyway, so I just wanted to tell you about Richard, and he was a really fun-spirited guy, and if he ever told you a story, he was telling the truth. I mean, he was quite an accomplished author. He had a way of looking at life that most people don't. He goes out, he just kind of looks at it, takes it all in, transfers it through his brain, and puts it on paper. And if you ever got a chance to read one of his books, it's kind of like you're there. So, I think I've taken up quite a bit of this time. I just wanted to say that about him, and we've been keeping it really quiet, but since we're not going to be having to meet up this year, I'm going to go ahead and do this video. And thank you, Ken, for tagging this behind yours. I appreciate that. So instead of mourning Richard's loss, which I guarantee you he would not want you to do, not in the slightest, just next time you're out, take a few minutes and kind of look around, take it all in, because I know he's upstairs now. I'm exploring the the heavens. And I guarantee he'll be waiting for us when we get up there. And I wonder if he ever did find out who put that trash in his bag. All right, friends. Thank you.
Well, look who's here.
I'm just trying to stay out of your way.
Oh,
Good morning.
Good morning, Richard.
Kenneth, good to see
Yeah.
you. I just got back from a hike.
Yeah, I thought I heard somebody roaming around.
I was up dark early this morning and hiked about 3 miles up past the crossroads. It's real pretty over there.
Now this is where we're going to camp, right?
Yeah, this is where we were going to camp.
But unfortunately, it got flooded out due to the weather conditions.
Well, we couldn't have got here.
Yeah, there would be no way to get
Not
in.
yesterday we couldn't have.
You know, it could rain and we might not be able to get out.
That's why I got the tarp.
Bob, stop him from talking like that.
I don't know where you guys are sleeping. I got my tarp.
So, you think the trail's going the way Richard is?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is.
Well, we made it to the top of the
A mountain.
canyon. It's a canyon, isn't it, or is it a mountain? It seemed like a mountain.
You think a mountain?
It's a mountain.
And so we're trying to decide what to do next because that's pretty steep. And we might, you know, if we try to go all the way around to get down, we might not get back before nightfall.
No, we won't.
Well, what do you guys want to do?
That's totally up to you guys.
I'm for going on around.
Yeah, we've came this far. We might as well push it.
I want to see.
You know why I
Fern
say
Cave.
that? I don't think that downhill is going to be as bad as that downhill.
Yeah, that was all washed out. That was really bad
I think
shape.
that's going to be that's going to be a killer. Going down that.
Yeah, this has to be a group decision. What do you say?
So we're about, what, a third of the mileage?
Yeah, we're right here.
Well, we will be at the
Yeah.
cavern.
But see, all the rest of it is all flat terrain.
So what is it, a 5 mile,
Yeah,
4 mile?
Three.
5 or 4 or something.
About a 16. So I think we'll be all right.
I think we can make it.
Yeah.
So let's strap our packs on and then push it, hump it till we get to the cave, and then we'll.
That's
go
just
from
the
there.
fact I don't have any deodorant, Kenneth.
Look,
That's the only reason they're here.
okay. So this is how Richard gets water. Do you need to purify it, Richard?
Nope.
This is directly out of the springs.
I'm going to drink it. Oh, that ain't bad.